I have exciting news today from American Science and Surplus. It was kind of a mouthful to say, so you can shorten it and just say Sciplus, but don't make an acronym out of it, because that's a bad idea. So a while back, Sciplus sent me some goodies to play with, and I played with them, and here's what I ended up with. Kind of cool, huh? This is Steampunk Steve. I finished Steampunk Steve last night on a live Ustream. That's a lie, I didn't. It was Sunday afternoon. That's when I finished him on a live Ustream. And he's just fabulous. I love the way it turned out. He's got random hardware and watch pieces and stuff all over him. Some of these things came from American Science and Surplus. Some came from there 10 years ago, and they don't have it anymore. That's where the mask came from. It's a little paper mache mask. And this piece right here, this round, there, that one, that also came from American Science and Surplus. And I'll show you exactly how I got that in a minute, because I have some other stuff I want to talk about too. We're having a giveaway. I'm very, very excited. In conjunction with that giveaway, the awesome folks over at Sciplus have offered us a discount code if we choose to go over there and shop, which I sometimes do. The discount code, here's the thing though, it's short term. It's only good from now until next Monday. That's Monday, May the 11th, I think. That's when it expires. So if you want something, you got to get over there quick if you want something and use the discount code. The code is good for 10% off, which is not a huge amount, but it's better than nothing. But here's the thing, it's good for 10% off on sale items too, not just regular price. So that's pretty awesome, because the prices they're inexpensive anyway. You know, it's surplus. You would expect to not pay much, and you won't. There is some bad news, and that is that they do not ship internationally at all, like even to Canada. So I'm sorry, international friends, but never fear, you do have an opportunity to get some American Science and Surplus products, because I'm giving stuff away, just a few little things here, and I do ship internationally. So the drawing is open to everyone, international welcome. It's over there on Rafflecopter like I've done before. You have to go and you have to sign up and make an account, I think. But it's totally free, and then once you do it, then, you know, anyone who has a Rafflecopter drawing, you're set. You can go, you can enter the drawing. There's 3 different ways that you can enter. You can only do each one once. If you do it more than once, you get instantly disqualified, and I do check. So go over there, enter yourself in the drawing, and here's what you will get should you win. You will get one of these lovely blue glass dropper bottles. It has a childproof cap. You just push down and turn, and then it has this little plastic dropper that's got 2 measures on it, 0.8 milliliter and 0.4 milliliter. So there you go. These are fabulous. I personally would put, you know, paint or ink or something in them, but that's just me. So winners will win one of these. Winners will win 2 of these. The containers are one of my most favorite things over at Sciplus, because they have such an eclectic variety of containers: glass, plastic, boxes, bottles, jars, bags, I mean, you name it, and they're very reasonably priced. They have a metal lid, and it just comes off like that. I think they call it a paint jar. To me, it looks more like a bead jar or a button jar or a binder clip jar or a tiny flower jar or something like that. But, you know, you do what you want. That's just a good little all-purpose jar with a good tight-fitting, easy to unscrew lid. So yay. If you win the drawing, you will also get 2 of these fancy compacts. They're black plastic. They have a little kind of a mermaid looking thing on the front. They're empty compacts, so you know you can do tons of stuff with them. I'm going to alter one of mine, I'm pretty sure. You open it up, it's got a nice mirror, it's got this clear plastic tray thing like where your powder puff would go, and then you open it and that's where your powder would go or whatever you choose to put in there. I could just think of all kinds of stuff from, you know, paints and makeup and I don't know what else to put in there. Haven't given it a lot of thought yet because I haven't started working on mine, but I'm going to. And this is where I got the little metal piece for Steve's head. See right there? That's what this is. I just cut a hole in his head and stuck this in there, and then it made this fabulous little implant. He reminds me of the Borg on Star Trek. I know, my geek is showing. Okay. So, winners of the drawing will receive 2 of these wonderful compacts. And last but not least, if you win the drawing, you will receive a box just like this. In fact, this box of, I don't know what you would call it, assemblage pieces. It's just miscellaneous parts and pieces and hardware and stuff similar to what I used on Steve. Some of them are the actual things that I used on Steve. Others are just doodads. This is from my personal collection. There's keys, there's watch parts and pieces, there's a watch face. I even included a little, this is a powdered pigment. It's mine, it was mine. It's used, but not terribly so. It's Pearl X brand, and it's like a, I think, copper or goldish color, because that's sort of what I used to paint Steve. So I even included a pigment and one of my handmade hardware spring beads. Get one of those. A couple of glass vials. Those are from American Science and Surplus. And one of these little plastic containers from Sciplus. And then all kinds of, those are also Sciplus. They don't have them anymore though. So this is just the caveat with surplus. If you see something there that you want, you gotta get it. Because there's no guarantee that it will be there the next time you go and look. So grab it while you can. Trust me on that. Wish I got more of these. 2 different kinds of washers. This is a watch crystal. This is a watch movement. I mean, there's all kinds of fun stuff in here that I hand-picked carefully for the winners. So, that is what the drawing winners will get. Okay, more good news about the drawing. There'll be 3 winners. Not just 1, 3. I have 3 identical sets of goodies to send out to whoever wins the drawing. So, did I get everything? I'm looking at where I wrote down what I'm supposed to talk about. The code for the discount is CRAFT15. You can read all of these details down in the video description. I will provide you with links to the Sciplus website, to the drawing. I'll have the discount code down there. And I think that's all of the business I needed to tell you about. And I want to tell you too about some of the stuff that I have bought and enjoyed from American Science and Surplus. These are things, some of them I bought years ago, some I bought recently. But if you've never shopped there before, it can be a little overwhelming and confusing. And you might be thinking, okay, this is great, but I don't even know what to look for. I tend to just look through every single category because I find cool stuff in each one. But I'll show you some of my favorites in case you're curious as to what kind of stuff people enjoy buying from there. Okay? Some of these I've showed on video, some I haven't. This one I did show on a video just recently. These I bought from Sciplus. They're these little rubber-coated glass bottles. And I was really surprised when I got them because they're nice. Like they're cool. I was expecting the rubber to be more like a really creepy medical looking thing. Oh, it's not. It just looks like they're painted with a glossy cream color paint. And these sit on a shelf in my bathroom. I made these little paper flower things to stick in there and tied some ribbon around it. These are, you get, I forget, 10 in a package. I think they come in a set of 10. And it's something like $1. They're crazy cheap. So yeah, really, really good for, you know, decorations, party favors, teacher gifts. Anytime you need a lot of a little something, get these. Because I'm telling you, I'm happy with these. And you can't beat the price. Okay, oh, this I got not too long ago. This is a Chinese-made ammo bag for a Russian SKS carbine. It has 5 slots where the cartridges would go. I use it as a purse. This is my everyday purse that I carry, and I love it. I've been carrying it for, I don't know, a couple months now. And it has these toggle closure deals. Honestly, I only close them when, like, I'm out walking around town. I live in Houston. You know, it's not uncommon for people to pull things out of your purse without you even knowing it. If they can get into my purse without me knowing it with these toggle closures, then they deserve whatever prize they pull out. Because once it's closed, there's no easy access inside there. So, yeah, this is my everyday purse, which I love. These, I just happen to have a whole set that's not been used yet. And I've used a ton of them. This is those, I showed you that little plastic container that you will get a free one. It's like this. The lid, it fits snug, but it doesn't screw on. It just kind of sits on, but it's snug. It's got this little cushion in here, so, you know, if you wanted to put a special bead or a jewel or a diamond in there, whatever, it would have a little cushion to sit on. Or you can do what I do and toss that out and just put whatever in there. Excellent for holding little bitty things. I keep rhinestones in mine. I'll show you that in a minute. But they come in a thing like this. They come in 2 different sizes. This is the small size. There's a bigger size. I, of course, can't remember how much they are. I'm thinking one of them is like $7 or $8. The other one might be a little bit more. I don't know. But they're very inexpensive because, you know, you get a lot of them for that, however much it was. I can't remember. But they're one of my favorite little storage things to use. And I use them on, oh dear, I didn't plan well. Okay, I've showed this on other videos, and I might have a still picture. But this is how I store my rhinestones. These are vintage, all kinds of vintage stones that I have collected over the years. I have several of these trays. They're divided by color family. This is the reds and yellows, mostly. And I've used those little plastic jars? No, little plastic, they're not bottles, they're not jars, they are plastic containers. Okay, containers for some of the beads and then, stones, but some of the extra teeny tiny ones, like, Oh, these are, trying to find some that'll show up good. Maybe these. These are little tiny pink vintage glass rhinestones. Those are in this little bottle with this little tiny cork, which makes me happy. It fits right there, just perfectly. So, and I did get the bottles there at Sciplus too. They still have little glass bottles and vials like that in all different sizes, quantities, and price ranges. I happened to get those when they had like the steal of a lifetime. It was 600 of those little bottles, I believe it was, 600 of them, and it was under $20. I can't remember exactly. I'm thinking it was maybe $16 or $18 for 600 little bottles. How can you not buy them? I didn't need them. Not at the time. This was years ago. I had no use for them. I bought them anyway. Well, thank God, because I ended up using them years later and really needed them. So it was like my subconscious knew. So, oh, I have more stuff like that. Here are, these are the ones I have left. And this is like not a lot out of 600. I've used a lot of them. I gave a lot of them away. So I've got a ton left. Like I said, they don't have that awesome price and quantity anymore, but they do have these in all different quantities and price ranges and sizes and styles and colors. You can get the amber colored ones. You know, so fish around on the site, and if you need those, get them. They do often have corks that you can get to fit your bottles, and they will often tell you which corks go to which bottles. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Most of the time they'll tell you. So I did also get these from them, and these are just packages of the little corks that are the right size for these. So it's another one of my favorite things I got there. This tub also came from there because it's like, I don't know, it's under $2. It's a really inexpensive plastic utility tub. It's really perfect for if you're doing a really messy project, something where you need to, like paper marbling, where you need a container, but you're going to float paint on it, so it's going to get on the container. You don't want to use your good, you know, pans from the kitchen or whatever. This is perfect. I really want about 4 or 5 more, just because. Okay, more of my favorite Sciplus goodies. Steampunk Steve has a lot of watch parts on him. Once upon a time, they sold watch parts. I'm almost positive I bought some watch parts from them. This was way back years ago. Now, watch parts are kind of expensive to buy because people have figured out that we crafters really want them and like them. So I don't buy the parts anymore. I just buy the watches. You can sometimes find big lots of broken watches on eBay for pretty cheap. And I'll buy them so I can scavenge for parts. Scavenging for parts is not as easy as you would think. Some of those watches don't want you to get inside them at all. You're going to need tools. Sciplus has tools to get into watches. They've got several different sets of different, like, watch tool repair kit things, or they have some individual ones, and I bought the individual ones because these are the ones I use most often. This is the little knife that pops off the back of watch cases, the kind that pop off. Some pop off. This one, it's got a thin edge that will slip right under there, so I use that. And then I also use this one. A lot of men's watches, you need this. It's called a crab, a watch crab. And the back of the watch case has little notches that you line these up and adjust it to the right so it fits tight, and then you can twist the case off. So those are good to have if you like to cannibalize dead watches like I do. And oh, another thing that's on my wish list, they have some great tweezers, really great tweezers. These are my favorite tweezers of all time in the whole world ever. They call them cross-lock tweezers, I think. And I like them because, see, you don't squeeze them to close them, you squeeze them to open them. so when you let go, they squeeze. To me, this is so much easier than having to squeeze it to close it, because chances are you're using it to pick up something little, and it's just easier to let it do the work rather than me squeezing. Does that make sense at all? I don't know, but I love these. These are my favorites. Got these there. Got all these there too. These are another kind of cross-lock tweezers, but they're pointy, very pointy on the ends. These are really good for picking up little bitty rhinestones, you know, little ant booger size rhinestones. I like those. I like these because they're long, and sometimes, you know, I heat things up with my torch, and I need these to keep my hand away from the torch. So I like those. And then these, I don't know if they have these anymore. I'll have to look. But these little tweezers have little, like little cups here. So they're really good for grabbing hold of a bead. It's got a little indentation, so you can pick up a bead. But they have a set of tweezers now. It's like a tweezer grab bag or whatever. This whole set of all different kinds of sizes and shapes of tweezers for not very much money. And that's on my wish list too. I'm going to get that. Okay, I think I've got one more thing to show you. There's so many other things. I got the oven glass that I use underneath my heat gun because it's heat proof. I got there. They don't have it anymore. And there's just tons of other things that I got there, but they don't have anymore. It's surplus. I just cannot stress how important it is to get it if you see it and you want it. Another thing I really like is this. They have it most of the time. I have looked on their website a few times and they've been out, they've been gone, but then they come back. So this may be one thing that they get regularly-ish, and if it goes away it might come back, but you know, don't bank on it because you never know. But I've seen these other places in other stores and they're usually about $18 to $20. And at Sciplus, if I remember right, they're 12 or 13. Seems like they're 12 or 13. Much cheaper. They've got, okay, can you see what I've got in mine? Alphabet. These are some of my letters. You know, I kind of compulsively collect sticky letters and alphabets. Okay, these are mostly the larger ones. They're not the kinds that, you know, come on the sheet nice and neat. I have those in another place. These are, sometimes I'll cut letters out of a magazine, you know, out of a title or something, and it'll be just a single letter. I put it in here. I have it's divided up, A, B, C, D, and there are just enough bins in here. Okay, let me show you. What is this again? This has the little, you know, removable dividers in it, but if you put all the dividers in place, you end up, you're kind of short one compartment. So I have a piece of cardboard down here to divide this one. These are two bigger compartments. If you divide this one in two, then you have enough to put one letter of the alphabet in each compartment. And then in this one over here, this is like numbers and symbols and things like that. So it works out perfectly. One letter per compartment, and I use cutout letters. Sometimes I'll get out my die cut machine and I'll have to cut letters for a specific project or whatever. I was spelling my name. I have a lot of M's. So yeah, I put the leftovers in here. There are metal letters. I can't really reach one. And some of them are the sticky letters that I get, you know, on the sheets. And if there's not very many left, then I'll cut them up and just divide them up, put them in here. See, these are from magazines. So you can do that sort of a, you know, ransom note look thing. And, oh yeah, I have a bunch of these that I'm never sure what to do with, so I stuck them in here. This is in the numbers, symbols bin, and they're these little cardboard number tags. Got a whole bunch of those in here. I've got some Scrabble tile letters. They're little wooden tiles with like a Scrabble tile. So I've got those in here. Great for all your Scrabble tiles. Yeah, you need this. I'm just saying, if you have room for it, you need it. Okay, why is the N J K L O? Why are these E's in the M? You know, we moved not too long ago, and I packed this so carefully. Oh, I see. So that it wouldn't, you know, my letters wouldn't get jumbled. And they didn't, all except for just this handful of E's. They got in the wrong thing. I'm okay now, because I fixed it. It's okay. Okay. Okay, so that's another one of my favorite Sciplus items. So, okay, clearly, do I even have to say it? You know, they're not paying me to do this. I've been shopping there for years and years, and I've talked about them before over the last couple of years. They get mentioned in a video pretty regularly. So yeah, this is not kickbacks for Shannon. This is Shannon letting everyone know that American Science and Surplus is excited that we're using their stuff in creative ways and would like to encourage us to continue that. And seriously, if you make something out of their stuff and send them a picture, they act like you just, you know, sent them a Picasso or something. Like it's the greatest thing ever. They're kind of good for the ego. So, yeah, if you use their stuff, let them know. They have a really strong internet presence, which I admire a lot because that's real convenient for us. And I clearly just love their store. I love their products. And I might someday forgive them for that no international shipping thing. It's hard to overlook because there's people in other countries who need this stuff. Oh, I'm so glad I said that because I just remembered they have an eBay store. And they do offer international shipping from their eBay store, which makes no sense to me whatsoever. But okay. They don't have all of their products in the eBay store. They have just a very few select things, or they did last time I looked at it. I'm going to fish out that link and put that down there too in case some of my international friends find something on there that they can't live without. Because, yeah, that's the only kind of downer with American Science and Surplus is that they don't make it easy to get their products outside of America. But, you know, they're close to perfect. Not completely. It's forgivable. Okay, that's all I have for today. Go enter the drawing for the giveaway. Oh, it's good until next Monday the 11th as well, which is longer than I normally run them. So, but still, you know, it's a short time. So get over there and get that done, chop, chop. And then you can use your Craft 15 discount code on the website to order you some good stuff. And then you can use that good stuff to make something awesome, like Steampunk Steve here. Everyone keeps saying he needs a woman. I don't know, maybe Jarvis will send me another mask someday. That's all for today. I don't have anything else. The end. I finished Steampunk Steve. Oh, that's really hard to say. I finished Steampunk